Hello everyone, a very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to begin with our next topic, which is about subject-verb agreement, or we can say agreement of verb with the subject, right? So in this particular video we are going to learn about, first of all, that what is your subject, verb and agreement, and then which are the different rules which we will follow to make those agreements over there. First of all, please tell me, what is a subject? What's a subject? Subject is doer of action, right? The very particular person or the thing that is performing that very action, that is your subject. Then comes the verb. Verb will be your verb is divided into two main portions over there. The main verb is your action itself, any particular action word over there. For example, running, speaking, walking, anything, the main action. And the helping verbs will be is, am, are, was, were, has, have, been, all those things. In this chapter, these helping verbs will be our main concern. In this chapter, we are going to learn about the agreement between the subject and the verb. According to this agreement, the number of subject and the verb should be same. It should agree with each other. For example, if your subject is singular, your helping verb will also be singular, and if your subject is plural, your helping verb will also be plural. Also, there will be some of the exceptional cases which we will study. See the example first of all, he blank playing. Now in this sentence, which is your subject? He is your subject, and here he is a singular subject over there, right? Single thing. So which is your singular helping verb out of these two, is or are? It is. So we will use is. He is playing, and then our sentence will convey a complete sense over there. It will be correct. And next comes they was or were fighting. Here our subject is they. According to the rule, if a subject is a plural subject, then we will use a plural helping verb over there, which is were. It will be they were fighting. Clear? This is the very common rule of this subject verb agreement. If your subject is singular, your verb will be singular. If your subject is plural, then your verb will be plural. Now we are going to study different rules and regulations, and also some of the exceptional cases, how we will find out a correct helping verb for our subject in a sentence. See the very first one, if there are two or more nouns or pronouns which are connected by the very word or nor. Okay, two or more nouns are there, but they are connected by the very word or nor. In that very case, your verb will be a singular verb. See the example, then it will be clear. See the example, either the cat or the dog has or have been here. Here, which are the particular things which we are talking about? The cat and the dog, both are there, but these two things are joined by the very word or, and according to our rule, if one or two of the subjects are joined by the very word or nor, then your verb will be singular. It will always have a singular verb over there. So which is your singular verb? Has or have? It is has. So it will be has been here. Likewise, different rules we have to study and to understand in order to master this very topic. So next comes, when the subject is joined by or nor and are of different persons, the verb will agree with the nearer one. See the example. Here example is, neither you nor I are here. According to the rule which we have studied earlier, if more than one or two persons are there, if it is joined by or nor, it will be singular over there, right? But this is the exception to that very rule, that if more than two subjects are there, your verb will agree to the nearest one, the very nearest subject which is near to the blank itself over there, the place itself, your verb will agree with that. Here which are the two subjects? You and I, right? But the very subject which is near to the place where we have to apply the verb, it is I, and with I we always use the very helping verb am over there, right? So it will be am. Likewise, if a rule is there, some exceptional cases are also there for that very rule, which will not be applied to the similar cases itself. So please listen it very carefully. The next one is, a collective noun takes a singular verb when the collection is thought as a whole. What is a collective noun? Collective, collection itself, right? Collection of, say, things over there, different things over there, but which is making up one single thing as a whole, as an entire over there. And one single thing means one verb over there, right? So it will be singular. The mob has gathered quickly. Here the mob means group of people over there, right? But that is considered of one single group over there. So it will be has. Next comes, when the plural noun is a proper name of a single object, it requires a singular verb. When proper nouns are taken over there, it will have a singular subject over there. See, for example, the United States has a president. The United States, it's a proper noun. So proper noun will have a singular subject, singular verb over there. Next comes, when the nouns are qualified by each, every, although connected by and, they require a single verb. See the example, then it will be clear. The news is false. Here the news is being treated as the one single thing. But in similar cases, if there is also one case with this very rule, that if your sentence is having the very word each, every, everyone, anybody, like that, your verb will be singular. Because these words individually itself means a one single thing, one single person or a one single thing. And as stated earlier, one single thing will have a one single verb. See the example, then it will be clear. Each of the boys was given a pen. Here your subject was each of the boys, right? The boys was your subject. But the very word each is used with that very subject. So in that very situation, your verb will be singular one. No matter only any of these words can come over there with the subject over there, then your verb will be singular one. The next is, same noun which are singular in form but plural in meaning, they take a plural verb over there. For example, 6 dozens cost only 10 rupees. Now there also comes other rules. For example, if your subject is joined by the very words as well as besides, together with, then your verb will be singular. See the example. Silver as well as gold is a precious metal. See, if any of these words, all as well as besides, together with, any of these words come with the subject over there, then your verb will always be singular. Next comes when the plural noun is proper name. Plural noun is proper name. Proper name will be there, verb will be singular. For example, the Ramayana is a great epic. Here the Ramayana is a proper name of a particular book, a religious book over there. So that very proper name will also have a singular verb over there. And the last comes the usage of none. Now none is an exceptional case. It can be used with the singular verb over there, and sometimes it can be used with the plural verb over there. It can work on both the bases depending upon the situation which is given in the sentence. None is used, most probably it is used in singular, but some cases in plural also. See the example. None of his poems are now read. See, here none is used, but accordingly, depending upon the situation, which is the very situation, here the nearest one is poems over there, and poems are plural over there. So in those very cases, we can use it in with the plural verb as well. But to the most of the cases, it will be used in the singular nouns. So these are the different rules and regulations which we should follow while supplying the proper verb to the subject over there. Please go through these rules and regulations, solve your exercises and revise these. Thank you.